Sagittarius, I'm going to talk to you like a coach who knows your pace and loves your hunger for the horizon. September isn't handing you a reset, it's handing you a reveal. The month is built around two eclipses, a hot Mercury that pushes your voice and tests your pacing, Mars shifting your engine into the group lane, Venus softening the doors you want to open, the Sun climbing to the top of your chart, and Uranus turning inward in your work and health zone, so your daily system stops stealing your freedom. If you only track the big beats, track these. September 7th through 8th, the lunar eclipse that pulls on your message versus belief line and asks you to stop performing ideas you don't live. September 13 to 17, the hinge when a clean download lands, Mars changes signs, Venus sweetens your reach, and your career lights up. September 21st, 22nd, the solar eclipse that rewrites your goals and work style while looking straight at your home and emotional base. I'll tell you what's happening, what it means for your choices, and what to do on the days that bend the rest of your month. I'll keep the language plain. I'll keep the moves human and doable. You can listen to this on a walk, in the car, while you fold laundry, and still act the same day. Let's set the temperature. From September 3rd to September 30th, Mercury is combust, too close to the sun, so the messenger runs hot. Hot doesn't mean wrong. Hot means fast. Early in the month, Mercury burns in Leo, your 9th house. Belief, teaching, publishing, higher learning, mentors, purpose, travel that widens your world, and the story you tell yourself about where you're going. Combust Mercury here feels like a flood of opinions and invitations. You'll be asked to speak, post, teach, travel, decide. The trap is speed without sense, pressure without purpose. The strength is clarity under heat. If a plan is solid, the heat seals it. If a pitch is fluff, the heat burns it off before you waste months. Your rule for this window is simple and boring. Draft before you blast. Sleep before you decide, and speak in short sentences you could defend on your worst day. You don't need a thread, you need a line. On September 13th, the Sun and Mercury meet at the same degree. That's a cazimi, a brief, bright union when your mind sits inside the Sun and receives a clean beam. For you, it lands in the 9th house, so the headline for your year drops into your chest. It will not sound fancy. It will sound true. I teach what I live. I speak to serve. I travel when the work is worth it. I pitch less, deliver more. I study what I actually use. It's one sentence. It's your year's compass. Write it. Tape it where you work. Let it filter every yes and every no for the rest of the month. 2 days later, on September 15th, Mercury slides into Virgo and stays combust there through the 30th. Virgo is the top of your chart. Career, reputation, title, public voice, the rooms where your work is judged. Translation: your calendar gets loud, your name moves farther, your words carry weight. That's great if you are steady and specific. That's risky if you overpromise from adrenaline. Keep your promises small and real. Put decisions in writing. Shrink meetings. Ask for 1 hour when you feel pushed. Then return with a clear answer. You don't win September by speed alone. You win by precision. Now the first big wave, the lunar eclipse on September 7th to 8th. It lands across the Aquarius-Leo axis, which for you is the bridge between local voice and big picture belief. Aquarius is your 3rd house. Communication, writing, content, learning, siblings, neighbors, close allies, short trips, the everyday channels where your voice actually lives. Leo is your 9th. Beliefs, mentors, publishing, travel, faith, the spine behind your words. The moon swells in your 3rd house, while the sun stands in your 9th. The earth's shadow cuts the light, and the noise drops long enough for you to feel what is real. If you've been talking about ideas you don't live, you will feel the mismatch and want to fix it. If you've been sitting on work that matters, your hand will shake and you will know it's time to share. If your calendar is full of meetings that eat your writing, your training, your learning, This eclipse says, stop promising you'll get to it. Put it in your calendar like a real job and protect it like one. Practical move for eclipse night and the next day. Delete one noisy thread, block 2 hours for the work that builds your skill or your message, and make one tiny pledge you can keep daily. Keep it small, keep it repeatable. A second layer, Rahu, the North Node, pulls in Aquarius and wants you to practice your voice in the real world. Blog, record, teach, post, call, show your work. Ketu, the South Node, sits in Leo and asks you to drop the stale guru act, the old belief that says you must know everything before you can share anything. Teach through your life. Share what you're learning now. People feel the honesty. That's what spreads. Let's hold that eclipse note while we look at what shifts next. September 6th, right before the eclipse, Uranus turns retrograde in Taurus. Your 6th house, work, co-workers, processes, routines, food, sleep, health, daily systems, pets, the engine room that runs your life. When Uranus is direct, surprises come from outside. Schedules flip, staff changes, a policy drops out of nowhere. When Uranus turns inward, the surprise changes you from the inside. You stop tolerating fake urgency. You stop obeying a calendar built on other people's panic. You rewire your day for freedom you can keep. That sounds small, but it's huge. You move your workout to the time your body actually likes. You build a morning that belongs to you. You automate one annoying task. You turn quick favors into happy to help on Friday from 2 to 3. You build a 45-10 work block, 45 minutes on, 10 off, to protect your focus. You use a done at 80% rule on small tasks, so perfection stops devouring your week. If you lead a team, you design this for the room. Fewer standing meetings, fewer reply-alls, clear timelines, hard stops. Health note, Uranus retrograde loves tiny changes that deliver big freedom. Buy the shoes your back keeps begging for. Move your printer across the room so you stand every hour. Put your water bottle where you see it all day. Small acts of rebellion against burnout. That's the point. September 13 is your hinge day. In the morning, the Sun-Mercury Cazimi drops your headline. At night, Mars moves into Libra, your 11th house of friends, teams, networks, community, collaborators, patrons, and gains from your work. Before the 13th, Mars has been pushing your career sector to output and perform. After the 13th, your engine moves into the group lane. You feel it as momentum with allies, a strong push to join or lead something that matters. A clean desire to help more people with the same amount of effort. Mars here is excellent for bold outreach, quick sprints, and let's build it energy. The trap is too many cooks and late-night arguments in group chats. The cure is roles. If you start a thing with friends, write who owns what and when. If a thread gets hot after 9 p.m., close the app and move your body. Strengthen your back and your project in the same 10 minutes. You don't win this Mars with debate. You win it with delivery. 2 days later, September 15th, Venus moves into Leo, your 9th house, and Mercury moves into Virgo, your 10th, still combust. Venus in your 9th is charm in your beliefs, warmth in your teaching, ease in your publishing, grace in long-distance ties, hospitality in your travel, a softer welcome from mentors and platforms. If you need goodwill, this is your window. Ask for introductions, thank your teachers, submit the piece. Make the pitch with warmth, not push. Share something that helps without a hook. Doors open when you do this. Mercury in your 10th, still hot, is the amplifier for all of that. Your name lands farther than you think. Keep your claims small and true. Put what, when, how much in every message. If you feel yourself rushing to fill silence, stop. Let your work speak. Let your rate stand. The quiet space after a clear sentence is where respect grows. September 17th, The sun joins Mercury in Virgo and the top of your chart lights up. This is when you step up in public. You don't need a stadium. You need the room that actually matters for your path. Put your work in front of people. Ask for proper credit. Update your profile. Polish the offer. Make a simple case for the raise or the role. One paragraph of results. One sentence of what you want. One line on timing. Across the sky, Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde stand together in Pisces, your fourth house. Home, family, private life, repairs, roots, sleep, emotional baseline. The room where you land when the world stops. Saturn asks for structure and responsibility. Bills, repairs, routines, chores, boundaries that hold. Neptune asks for compassion and softness. Time to feel, time to pray or breathe or listen to music. Time to be human. They look across at the Sun and Mercury and write you a simple instruction. Your career will grow if your home is honest. If your house is running on fumes while you try to be a hero at work, your body will pull the plug for you. If you build a kinder rhythm at home, your work will flow and your output will rise. Practical move. Write a weekly home rhythm, a tired you can keep. Keep it short. No work calls after dinner. Bed by 11. Sunday meal prep. 1 quiet hour in the morning. 1 family meeting or roommate reset. No laptop in bed. 1 chore block on Saturday. Tape it where you'll see it. Treat it like policy, not a mood. Now the quiet low tide window. From around September 20 to September 23rd, the moon is under the beams, combust, so your energy dips. That window overlaps the solar eclipse. Treat those days like a dimmer switch. Fewer calls, softer evenings. More water, lighter food, earlier bed. No big fights after dark. You are not lazy. You are landing. Your nervous system needs space to process. Give it space, and it will give you clarity. Now, the second big wave. The solar eclipse on September 21st to 22nd. It lands in Virgo with the Sun, Moon, and Mercury shoulder to shoulder. Across the sky sits Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde in Pisces. For you, the message is blunt and kind. Your public role and your private life need a new deal. If the lunar eclipse stripped a fake voice or a borrowed belief, this solar eclipse installs a system that matches who you are now. Do 3 direct things. 1. Delete 1 task from your job list that never pays off. Meetings that create meetings, reports no one reads, admin that could be batched once a week. 2. Write 1 rule for your time you can keep even on your worst day. No calls after 7. 45-minute focus blocks. Walk after lunch. Sunday offline. 1 hour admin, then stop. I don't book back-to-back meetings. 3. Choose 1 boundary for home that protects your work and your body. No emails in bed. Quiet hour in the morning. Friday night is family night. Phone charges in the kitchen. Dishes done before bed. Put these in your calendar. That's it. No speech. New defaults. If you lead a team, be the adult in the room without being harsh. Name deliverables. Trim 1 useless meeting. Set a fair pace. Praise real effort. The room gets calmer. The work gets better. People trust you more. That's the return. Let's talk about mood and the moon, because you will feel the tides. The first is the eclipse tide on September 7th to 8th. Your mind is loud. Your heart is pulled between what you've always believed and what your everyday life is showing you now. Make those days low noise. Short lists, short walks, less scrolling. If a sibling or neighbor or close friend needs a real conversation, have it. Keep the tone warm and the point simple. The second tide is steady and grounded around September 12th to 14th, when the moon moves through Taurus, where it's strongest. That's your 6th house of work and health. You will feel capable if you keep it basic. Clear your desk. Clean your inbox enough to breathe. Fix 1 small thing in your diet or routine. Book a checkup if you need one. Set a habit that catches you when life speeds up. Afternoon walk, A water reminder, a 20-minute stretch, lunch away from your screen. The third tide is tender around September 26 to 28, when the moon is in Scorpio, where it's least comfortable. That's your 12th house. Sleep, rest, endings. Hospitals, faraway places, silence. Expect lower energy and thinner skin. Wear soft clothes. Keep evenings quiet. Make no high-stakes choices. If grief or old memories rise, let them breathe without turning them into a task. By the 29th, the moon moves into Sagittarius. Your mood picks up. Mercury cools the next day. Your voice feels clean again. There are also a few fast karmic knot flips, moments when the moon moves from a water sign into a fire sign and the vibe changes quickly. Around the 10th, Pisces to Aries flips you from home and feelings to fun and creative drive. Use it to make something small, not to start a fight. Around the 19th, Cancer to Leo flips you from deep intimacy and shared money to purpose and direction. Use it to say one brave yes. Around the 29th, Scorpio to Sagittarius flips you from foggy rest to I'm back. Leave space in your day to enjoy the lift. Let's bring in your rulers and allies. Jupiter is your chart ruler. All month it's in Gemini, your 7th house of marriage, committed love, business contracts, key clients, mentors, open rivals who sharpen you, and honest allies. Jupiter here is a quiet blessing over partnership. It protects fair deals and truthful conversations. If you need help, ask for it from someone who has both skill and kindness. If you need to renegotiate, pick a day in the middle stretch, September 12th to 18th, and speak plainly about value, timelines, and mutual benefit. Exact sentences help. Here's what I can deliver by this date. Here's the rate that lets me do it right. Here's the bottleneck. Here's my fix. Don't sell yourself short. Jupiter wants fair, not flashy. If you're single and serious, show up where your ideas live. Classes, panels, bookshops, community nights, trips. If you're partnered, Jupiter's medicine is simple. Grow together by telling the truth early. Praise out loud. Correct softly. Make time for fun. Listen as much as you speak. Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde sit together in Pisces all month in your 4th house, the home base. Saturn's gift is structure that lasts. Neptune's gift is compassion that heals. Together they say, treat your home like a living system that supports your mission. Fix one broken thing. Put one bill on autopay. Put your phone in another room at night. Bring one object into your space that calms your body. Plant, lamp, clean sheets, a chair by a window. Name one weekly family or house ritual that happens no matter what. Sunday lunch, movie night, a walk after dinner. A 10-minute what do you need this week check-in. This matters because the Sun and Mercury, in your career zone, stare across at Saturn and Neptune for the second half of the month, and especially on the 21st, 22nd. Strong base, strong public you. We already talked Uranus retrograde in your 6th house. One more layer there. Uranus returns freedom to places you thought you were stuck. If a process makes you feel trapped, experiment. If a tool drains you, replace it. If the day chews you up, bite back with one rule you never break. Morning sunlight, water before coffee, a midday walk, no email after a set time, shoes by the door, timer on your desk. This isn't glamorous. It's power you can keep. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn sits in your 2nd house. Income, savings, self-worth, your literal voice. Pluto asks for depth and truth. Pick one income stream to strengthen for the rest of the year, and drop one that eats time and pays thin. Put your rate in a sentence, and practice saying it without apology. Record your own voice reading something you care about. Listen to the tone. Adjust until you sound like you, not like a performance. Money and voice are linked for you right now. The more your voice sounds like you, the more your money matches your value. Rahu in Aquarius and Ketu in Leo run the background all month. Rahu in your communication house pulls you into practice. Ketu in your belief house asks you to release the old costume of certainty. The lunar eclipse makes you pick a message you can live. The solar eclipse turns that message into a structure that serves real people. You don't need a bigger audience. You need a true one. Let's stitch the month into a single story you can remember without notes. Week 1, roughly the 1st to the 7th. Mercury is hot in your belief zone. Draft, don't blast. If a travel or teaching plan shifts, choose the flexible option. September 6th, Uranus turns inward in your work and health zone. Clean one habit. Automate one task. Cut one fake urgent request. September 7th, 8th, Lunar Eclipse. Less noise, more truth. 2 hours on the work that matters. Post the thing that matters. Have the honest talk with a sibling or teammate. Week 2, roughly the 8th to the 14th. The moon is strong around the 12th to 14th. That's your steadiest window all month for calm progress. Clear clutter. Build the habit. Put your body on your calendar. September 13th. Your one-line headline lands, and Mars moves into your team zone. Choose allies. Write roles. Point your fire at building, not arguing. Week 3, roughly the 15th to the 21st. Venus sweetens your belief zone on the 15th. Mercury enters your career zone, still hot. Pitch with warmth. Update your profile. Ask for credit. September 17th, the Sun joins Mercury at the top and faces Saturn and Neptune at home. Write a weekly home rhythm so your public you has real fuel. September 20 to 23rd, energy dips. Rest on purpose. Week 4, roughly the 21st to the 30th. Solar Eclipse rewires your goals and work style. Delete one task. Write one rule. Set one boundary. Keep them. September 26th to 28th. Protect your sleep and mood. September 29th and 30th. Energy rises. Mercury cools. Your voice is clear. Send the note that matters. Now let's tie the transits to real decisions in each zone of life so you can act without thinking twice. Career. The arc is simple. Clarify what you believe. Deliver what you promise. Build a system you can keep. Early month. Write your one-line compass. Say it out loud before you answer big asks. Mid-month. Step into rooms that matter. Update your bio. Share a clean case study. Ask for the credit you already earned. Late month. Set rules that make your work sustainable. Focus blocks, no after-hours email, a weekly plan you write on Friday before you sign off. If you want a raise or a role, the 16th to 20th window is steady. Keep the ask short. One paragraph of results. One sentence of what you want. One line on when. If you lead, separate urgency from importance. September makes everything feel now. Your job is to decide what's truly now. Relationships. Jupiter in your partnership house is a quiet blessing. Ask for help from the person who has both skill and kindness. The 12th to 14th is a perfect stretch for a gentle check-in, a simple date, or a short plan you can both keep. Around the solar eclipse, skip big fights. Make small agreements. Phones away at dinner. No heavy talks after 9. Budget talks Sunday afternoon. If something ends this month, let it end with dignity. Your next chapter needs space. If you're single and serious, show up where your ideas live. Say yes to introductions by friends whose relationships look like what you want. You're not hunting for fireworks. You're looking for warmth and consistency. Money. Pluto keeps pushing you to tell the truth. Make a one-page money map you can understand at a glance. What comes in, what goes out, what you're building, what you're done with. Move the tiny bit of money where it serves your values. Savings, debt payment, a tool that saves time, a class that builds skill. Write your rates on a card. Practice saying them until your voice is steady. If shame rises, breathe out until your chest softens. Then say the number again. Your work deserves air. Health. Uranus retrograde wants you free from fake pressure. Build a morning that is yours. Sunlight, water, movement, 5 minutes of stillness. If sleep has been thin, Protect evenings like a ritual. Hot shower, cool room, dim lights, phone out of the bedroom. 4 breaths in, 6 out for 5 minutes. Book checkups between the 17th and the 30th if you need them. If stress runs high, put your nervous system first. Breath, stretching, sunlight, less phone, more face-to-face. Creativity and faith. Saturn and Neptune in your home base want you to be the adult who also allows magic. Put a frame around play. Sign up for the class. Keep the sketchbook in reach. Read a page of something that feeds you every night. Pray if that's your language. Sit in silence if it isn't. Let your inner life matter. Because real life gets loud, here are when this, do that guides for your pressure points. When your calendar explodes, draw 2 columns on paper, must do and can wait, and breathe 3 times before you add anything. When you want to defend yourself online, close the app, drink water, and message one real person who actually matters. When imposter feelings spike, list 3 ways you helped someone this year and read them out loud. When someone drops a quick favor that isn't quick, say, I can't fit this week. Here's what I can do next week. Or say, here's my rate. When sleep slips, hot shower, phone out of the room, lights off earlier than you think, hand on chest, long exhales. When anger rises at night, move your body for 5 minutes, then write the 1 sentence you wish they understood. You might never send it. Your nervous system needs to hear you say it. When you can't decide, flip a coin and notice your reaction. If you feel relief, do it. If you feel dread, don't. Your body already knows. Let's revisit the 3 peaks with a little cinema so you remember. September 7th to 8th, the night feels unusually quiet. You hear the sound of your own voice when you strip out everyone else's opinions. You remember the exact place you were standing when you decided to speak as yourself. September 13th to 17th, a line lands. You choose your people. You say less and mean it more. Someone notices. The spotlight shifts from beliefs to delivery, and your week gets simpler because you stopped explaining and started building. September 21st to 22nd, the Sun and Moon stand with Mercury at the top of your chart, facing Saturn and Neptune at the base. The old calendar doesn't push you anymore. You draw new lines. You keep them. You sleep. Your work improves because your life got kind. That's the story arc. That's the win. Now I'll name the cast in simple roles so you never forget who's doing what. The Sun. First half of the month, it lights your beliefs. After the 17th, it lights your career and public voice. Mercury. The messenger. Hot all month. First in belief, then in career and teams. Brilliant ideas. Risky pacing. Draft, sleep, deliver. Venus. Your charm. Entering your belief zone on the 15th. Opening doors with mentors, platforms, travel and teaching. Use warmth, not force. Mars. Your engine. Shifting on the 13th into friends, teams, and group goals. Aim it at building. Don't waste it on late-night arguments. Jupiter. Your guardian. Steady in partnership. Good people, fair deals, mentors who help. Ask. Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde. The house parents in your home base. Structure plus compassion. Chores and candles. Bills and music. Both. Uranus retrograde. The electrician in your day. Rewiring routines for freedom you can keep. Pluto retrograde. The deep contract lawyer in your income and voice. Make money like the person you're becoming. Speak like yourself. Rahu and Ketu. The karmic current. Pulling your voice into practice. Ketu helping you drop certainty costumes. The Moon. Your mood. Loud and revealing at the first eclipse. Strong and steady mid-month. Quiet and tender late month. Then, bright again as you step into your own sign. Let's make this even more practical with a 1-page September plan you can read every morning. From the 3rd to the 14th, I draft before I deliver and sleep before I decide. On the 6th, I change one habit at work that gives me back an hour. On the 7th to 8th, I cut a noisy thread and block 2 hours for the work that builds me. On the 13th, I write my one-line compass and point my fire at building, not arguing. On the 15th, I pitch with warmth, update my profile, and thank my teachers. On the 17th, I write my home rhythm so my public self has fuel. From the 20th to the 23rd, I rest on purpose and keep my evenings soft. On the 21st to 22nd, I delete one dead task, write one rule, set one boundary. On the 26th to 28th, I lower the bar and protect my sleep. On the 29th to 30th, I send the note that matters with a cool head. Put that on your fridge. Put that on your phone. Treat it like directions, not suggestions. Because Sagittarius is famous for scanning the horizon and sometimes missing the step at your feet, I want to bring you back to ground with small, repeatable moves that change your month more than any grand plan. Choose 3 goals for the next 6 months. Write one rule that protects each goal. If your goal is a book or a course or a certification, 20 minutes before work, 5 days a week. If your goal is stronger relationships, 1 date or friend night per week. Phone in a drawer. If your goal is money, 1 money hour on Friday, soft music, tea, no shame. Tape those rules where you'll see them. Keep them when you're tired. The day changes, the week changes, the life changes, not with drama, with rhythm. Let's circle back to the 3 major relationships in your month. Your relationship with your voice, your relationship with your time, and your relationship with your home. Your voice. The lunar eclipse shows you where you've been performing certainty instead of practicing truth. The cure is smaller and braver. I'm learning this. Here's what helps, not here's the doctrine. Speak less and mean it more. Your time, the solar eclipse, shows you where your calendar serves chaos. The cure is rules you can keep on your worst day. Write them like policy. Keep them like promises. Your home. Saturn and Neptune show you where you need both structure and softness. Fix the hinge, light the candle, pay the bill, play the music, fold the blanket, put the phone to bed. It's not fancy, it's fuel. Now I want to put words into your pocket for the moments you will meet this month. On the 7th or 8th, when you feel torn between posting something loud and writing something true, say, I choose real over noise. On the 13th, when your one-line compass lands, say it out loud and write it big where you work. On the 15th, before the pitch or the ask, say, warmth first, then details. On the 17th, when you sit down to write your home rhythm, say, my base supports my mission. On the 21st and 22nd, when you install new defaults, say, I don't need a speech, I need a system. On the 26th, 28th, when your energy drops, say, I'm not failing, I'm refueling. On the 29th, 30th, when your voice clears, say, short, true, sent. A few quick plays for leadership, because the top of your chart is loud. Lead with clarity over charisma. Name the goal, the roles, and the dates. Protect your team's focus. Trim meetings. Praise in public. Coach in private. Use I can language. I can deliver this by Friday. The rest needs a new timeline. Use if-then language for scope. If scope changes, budget changes. Use one-page plan language. Here's what must ship, what can wait, and what I won't trade my attention for. You'll feel the room exhale. That's leadership. A word about love. Because Jupiter is lighting partnership. Your life improves if you tell the truth early and often, in a warm tone. I miss us. Can we plan Tuesday? I need 1 phone-free dinner a week. I can meet you halfway on that timeline. I need help with this chore. If you're dating, pick rooms where your values breathe. Resist the performance of chemistry for the reality of care. If love is hard right now, ask for comfort before you ask for answers. Your nervous system needs safety to hear truth. A word about money, because Pluto won't stop pushing. Money is not an exam you pass. It's a relationship you keep. Write down 3 numbers. What comes in monthly on average, what goes out on the basics, and 1 number you're building. Savings, debt payoff, a tool that saves you time. Automate 1 small move on payday. Put your rate on paper. Practice saying it. If a client pushes, breathe. Restate the value. And be willing to walk. Your options expand when your voice matches your work. A word about body. You are fire. Fire needs fuel and sleep. Build the morning. Sunlight, water, movement. 5 minutes of breath or stillness. Sleep like it's part of the job. When you're angry at night, move your body for 5 minutes before you talk. When you're stuck at a screen, stand every hour. When you're overwhelmed, go outside and look at far distance for 30 seconds. Your nervous system resets faster than you think. Let's close with a clear image of your month's plot. The curtain rises on a road you've walked before. You're halfway between towns with a backpack of ideas and a phone full of threads. The sky goes dark at the lunar eclipse, and the sound of the crowd fades. You hear your own voice. It's simple. It's kind. It's yours. You write 1 sentence on a scrap of paper and put it in your pocket. Days pass. You meet allies. You cut detours. You build instead of argue. You reach a crossroads at the solar eclipse and draw new lines on your map. Lines you can keep. You sleep. You wake. You travel lighter. The town ahead is still ahead, but the way you walk is different. You stop checking how you look and start checking how it feels. People fall into step with you because your pace makes sense. That's September. And here's your final check before October opens. Are you willing to speak your truth instead of someone else's script? Are you willing to make your home kinder so your work can be better? Are you willing to move your body when your mind spins? Are you willing to protect 1 hour for the thing that brings you joy? If your answer is yes, even a shaky yes, you've already turned the month. Keep your voice steady. Keep your schedule kind. Point your fire at what you're building and let the rest fall away. The world doesn't need a louder version of you. It needs the version who believes what you say and lives what you believe. September doesn't end for Sagittarius. It primes the launch. October doesn't arrive. It opens. And you walk straight through.